Hello, now this is of course a secondary video, second to my initial excuse, but what I'm going to be doing here is essentially asking you, what do you want to see? Because I have a few options. I have an idea for a CK2 game where essentially we play a shattered world, so every count/duke is independent, and we have essentially a succession game that isn't with a single family. So we choose one person, we play that character until their death, then we randomize, build a new empire, and so forth. Eventually, of course, we'll come to the fact that we have to fight against our old characters. We'll have to build up from inside other empires. It's going to be very interesting in that regard. So that will be option one. We can probably get that going. I already have a few episodes in. It is so far very entertaining. Our second option is, again, we could play some more Hearts of Iron 4. It's not my favorite because of the reasons I've often outlined in the game itself. However, it is a fan favorite. So if you have ideas, by all means, pray tell, because my own brain is sort of racked in that regard. Mods are potentially a good idea. Kaiserreich looks interesting, but again, many of these already have been overdone by other YouTubers, and the problem with getting a lot of interruptions in daily life is that you are often falling behind. So I'll leave that one up to interpretation. I'll maybe make a bit of a straw poll in that regard, so I'll have you look at it. Third option, EU4. Well, Russia's coming out, and I think at the point of this video it already has. So maybe we'll try some nonsense there. Perm into space or something like that. Maybe Rostov, or that classic new purple nation in the middle of Novgorod. How disgusting the borders will look, but that is a possibility. Mongolia, again, we have episodes ready. However, I have no uploading time for it because at home my upload speed is abysmal and I have to get down into the city, well, where I live, the city, to actually upload at any reasonable pace. So we'll probably continue that one. Depends, it does seem to be dropping off in terms of interest. I know I'm sort of bit slow on the whole becoming Celestial Empire thing, but alas, I'm sure it'll work out. So that we have option 1, we have a CK2 succession game. We have option 2, Hearts of Iron 4. Countries and goals will be decided by you guys, most likely. Thirdly, EU4, Russia patch, of course. Perhaps, perhaps not, we'll have to see. And lastly, there is, of course, the option that we play something entirely different. I've gotten into Isaac recently. That is Binding of Isaac, but again, I feel I'm a bit slow on that one. I mean, it's, what, a 5-year-old game now? Maybe 6, I'm not entirely sure. But then again, as I was saying, there's many different options, of course, in terms of games. Or I could start talking into more serious topics. I mean, I've always had a bit of an interest in the whole philosophical, my dear, and all sorts of politics and stuff like that, but I do feel like I built this channel on gaming. I might as well continue with that for a little while longer. One more time, option 1, we do the CK2 succession game. Option 2, we do Hearts of Iron 4 with your input. Option 3, of course, EU4. One more time, let's see if it works. Lastly, we could of course end up doing other games and or other topics, more like my Imperial Anatomy, which also sort of died off, sadly. Uni is one hell of a drug. But also, I have, as I mentioned in my other video, that we do have a Mew and Taxes gameplay coming up, and a timeline of that with a few updates here and there is going to be most likely the most interesting way of framing it. EU4 does need to be a bit more, well, that's the thing, episodic, shorter, something to catch your eye every once in a while to continue the story. Well, that's it for now. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll probably set up a straw poll for Hearts of Iron 4 pretty soon, and hopefully we'll get something going with that. Maybe I'll make that into a different video where we discuss options entire, which might take a while after all, exams and all that. Thank you all for understanding. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.